Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to celebrate tonight the class of 1999. My name is James Mervildi. I'm the principal at Center Grove High School, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Melvin Vandermeer Physical Education Facility and the commencement exercises for the Center Grove High School class of 1999. As the senior members of Opus 1 move into place, I would alert the audience to a change in the graduation program. Dr. George Frampton, assistant principal, sends his regrets this evening. He's called away from town on a family emergency today. In his place tonight, Mrs. Carol Toomey, assistant athletic director, will call the class roll. Now, at this time, I ask you to stand while Opus 1, under the direction of assistant choral director, Mrs. Misha Thomas, sings the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Gentlemen may replace their hats. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time it is my pleasure to introduce Amanda Vermillion, treasurer of the class of 1999, who will formally welcome you to these ceremonies on behalf of the class, and Megan Townsend, secretary of the class of 1999, who will introduce our guests on stage.
Hi, and welcome to Center Grove High School. On behalf of the student body and the administration, we'd like to thank all of you for attending the commencement ceremonies of the graduating class of 1999. I can't believe that our high school years have flown by us so fast. We've experienced many dear and sweet memories which we will hold with us forever. But today ends a journey, and tomorrow begins a new one. And with that journey, we will go to new places and experience different memories of life. So with that, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Pink Floyd about life. Look around, choose your own ground. For long you live, and high you fly, and smiles you'll give, and tears you'll cry. And all you'll touch, and all you'll see, is all your life will ever be. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. At this time, it is my honor to introduce the guests seated on the stage this evening. Please hold your applause until the introductions are finished. Dr. Denny French, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Candace Milhon-Kress, Assistant Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Jerry Dunn, Business Manager. Mr. John Steed, President of the Center Grove Community School Corporation School Board. Mrs. Joyce Hall, Vice President of the School Board. Jeff Sickmeyer, Secretary of the School Board. Mrs. Tammy Malone, School Board Member. Mr. Joe Trester, School Board Member. Dr. William Long, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Carol Toomey, Assistant Athletic Director. Mrs. Sandra Hillman, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Mary Kay Anthony, Senior Class Sponsor. and Mrs. Shannon Miller, senior class sponsor. On behalf of the class of 1999, I would like to thank these guests for attending our graduation ceremony. And on a personal note, I would like to thank my classmates for the years of wonderful memories I will never forget. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Very nice, ladies. Very nice. Thank you, Amanda and Megan. At this time, I ask that the senior members of the Center Grove High School Orchestra and Choir assemble with those organizations. As is our tradition, the Center Grove High School's Choir and Symphonic Orchestra, under the direction of Mr. Rusty Breel, will perform the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce the salutatorian of the class of 1999, Brent Maurer. Brent is the son of John and Becky Maurer, and while at Center Grove High School, Brent was a member of the French National Honor Society, the French Club, and the junior varsity soccer team. Brent is also a member of the Who's Who among the high school students. Brent's scholastic awards include being selected as a finalist of the Johnson County Lilly Endowment Scholarship and being selected as a 1999 Hoosier Scholar. Brent's future plans include attending Purdue University and majoring in engineering. On behalf of the students, faculty, and staff of Center Grove High School, congratulations on your achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 1999 salutatorian, Brent Maurer.
Hey seniors, we made it. We're finally getting out of high school, and I'm sure some of our teachers are glad to see some of us leave. So now what do? Where do we go from here? Well, for most of us, it's off to college, while others are going to join the workforce. But no matter what we do or where we go, we'll still be learning, because knowledge is more than just memorizing facts and recalling formulas. It's keeping our minds open to new ideas, new people, and new experiences. It's knowing how to deal with our everyday problems. Our life is decided by the choices we make, some good and some bad, with a little luck thrown in just to keep things interesting. Choice is the freedom to decide what we want to do and who we want to be. So don't let people tell you who you should be or what you should do. If you try to be somebody else's vision, you'll never be happy. Take control of your destiny and make your own decisions. We seem to live in a society that defines success by how much money you make and who you are in town. The truth is, real success is liking who you've become, enjoying what you do, being true to yourself, and always doing your best. We'll probably never have more opportunities than we do right now. We've got to seize these opportunities when they present themselves and create our own when none seem to exist. So if you're a procrastinator and you always go ahead and wait for tomorrow. Your chance may be there or it may not. You never know what's going to happen. Some chances only come once. As Frederick Wilcox once said, progress always involves risk. You can't steal second base with one foot on first. Even though risks are scary, you'll always be better than the person who risked nothing, because at least you gave it a shot. So if you want something you've never had, or if you want something to change, you have to be willing to try something you've never done before. Remember that when nothing is ventured, nothing can be gained. So live life to the fullest and don't miss out. Thank you, congratulations, and good luck next year.
It is my distinct honor to introduce the valedictorian of this year's senior class, Lori Parcell. Lori is the daughter of Rick and Carol Parcell. During her 4 years here at Center Grove High School, Lori has been very active in our co-curricular activities. She has been a member of our speech team, captain of the Science Academic Super Bowl team, captain of the Interdisciplinary Academic Super Bowl team, captain of the Quiz Bowl team, a member of the National Honor Society, and a member of the Spanish National Honor Society. In addition, her senior year, she was a member of the mock trial team. Her scholastic awards and honors include receiving the American Academy of Achievement Golden Scroll Award, Veteran of Foreign Wars Voice of Democracy Competition State Champion, the Robert Byrd Scholarship, and the IBM Watson Scholarship. Lori is a National Merit Scholar and the recipient of the highly esteemed Wells Scholarship from Indiana University, which is a full tuition fees, room and board for 4 years. Only 22 students in IU's incoming freshman class will receive this scholarship. Lori does, of course, plan to attend Indiana University in Bloomington next fall, and she's still deciding on her major. Lori, the staff and the students of Center Grove High School commend you on your many accomplishments and excellent academic achievement. You are a role model to your fellow students through your example of striving for academic excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing the 1999 class valedictorian, Miss Lori Lynn Parcel.
First of all, I would like to thank my fellow classmates and the Center Grove High School faculty and administration for the opportunity to represent the class of 1999. I would also like to thank my family for their love, support, and encouragement over the past 18 years. Deciding what to speak about today was a difficult task. There are many issues that may be addressed and many methods of addressing them. Above all else, however, I plan to follow National Security Assistant Anthony Lake's characterization of graduation speakers. A speaker is much like the body at an Irish wake. They need her in order to have the party, but nobody expects her to say very much. I hope to both typify and defy this characterization. Graduation is one of the most memorable moments of our lives. Even so, for most of us, the events of this evening will remain a blur in our minds. Memories will be characterized by sadness and delight, a sense of closure, and a sense of renewal. Despite our differences, this sentiment is universal. A 450-piece jigsaw puzzle has been created after 4 years of work. For 2 short hours this evening, it will remain pieced together and on display before once again being disassembled, never to be assembled again. Why, you might ask? The answer is simple. The pieces have changed. They will not fit together again. We have changed. And following this ceremony, we will venture out to find a new puzzle. We will attempt to find our place in life. We will change in the future while trying to find our place, just as we have changed over the past 4 years. We have, in the words of Walt Kelly, been confronted with insurmountable opportunities. We have made choices. In order to graduate, we all had to fulfill certain requirements. All of us present today chose to fulfill these requirements, and as a result, we are momentarily united as the class of 1999. To graduate is a choice. In order to make a choice, we must grapple with 2 forces, desire and responsibility. Desire is the fire that motivates our choices. Responsibility is the means through which we achieve our goals. How we cope with these 2 forces determines who we are. Sometimes the forces of desire and responsibility complement each other in a way that makes a choice relatively simple. For example, the choice to graduate. However, what truly defines who we are as individuals is how we deal with desire and responsibility when they conflict. Do I go to the party tonight when I know that I might miss work or class the next morning? Do I become involved in a relationship that I know will hurt someone I love? Do I sacrifice my values so that I'll be accepted by my peers? Choices are increasingly difficult when our society does not hold people accountable for their actions. In America, in Indiana, in Center Grove, someone else is always to blame. Bill Clinton's misdeeds are blamed on political opportunists instead of the president himself. The tragedy in Colorado is blamed on the media and the internet instead of the murderers themselves. Our society shouldn't have to rely on DNA, eyewitness accounts, or videotape to learn the truth. Despite the fact that quantities are limited, integrity is a renewable resource. Make the choice to increase your personal supply. If you make one change following this ceremony, following the moment when we are all temporarily bonded as the class of 1999, choose to accept responsibility for your own mistakes. Taking responsibility can be difficult, but it is the path to true graduation. Make the choice. The following words were written on the tomb of an Anglican bishop in the crypts of Westminster Abbey. When I was young and free, and my imagination had no limits, I dreamed of changing the world. As I grew older and wiser, I discovered the world would not change, so I shortened my sight somewhat and decided to change only my country. But it too seemed immovable. As I grew into my twilight years, in one last desperate attempt, I settled for changing only my family, those closest to me. But alas, they would have none of it. And now, as I lie on my deathbed, I suddenly realize, if I had only changed myself first, then by example, I would have changed my family. From their inspiration and encouragement, I would then have been able to better my country, and who knows, I may have even changed the world. Congratulations to the class of 1999. Make the choice to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent and Lori. Dr. French, members of the school board, and guests, it is my pleasure to present to you the Center Grove High School class of 1999. The class of 1999 has excelled in the classroom and accomplished much academically. However, members of this class have also achieved excellence in athletics, choral and instrumental music, the fine arts, Central 9, drama, academic competitions, student publications, community service, subject matter clubs, and honor society. As members of our community, they have excelled in 4-H, scouting, local churches and youth groups, fire departments, and a myriad of other community activities. Ladies and gentlemen, you will also find that this class has its share of members who have surmounted significant personal, physical, and life hardships and challenges to earn their right to participate in this ceremony this evening. This is a class that has reinvigorated student government and activities at this school. The class officers and sponsors have taken risk, worked hard, and established traditions here that will certainly endure. This is a class that successfully faced the challenge of a significant increase in graduation requirements in mathematics and science. This is a class that, in a year filled with fear and uncertainty caused by the news of events in other high schools in this country, carried on in its own optimistic, positive, and courageous way. This class has not only left its positive mark on Center Grove High School and its community, but also given members of my generation reason to continue our optimism about this generation. Most importantly, this is a class that contains our community's most important treasures, our children, grandchildren, and friends, our hopes and prospects for the future. Based upon the accomplishments and performances of the class of 1999, there is reason for celebration and confidence on our part. Dr. French, it is with a great deal of pride and optimism that I present to you the members of the Center Grove High School class of 1999. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I confirm that the record of each member of this class has been certified and that each member of the class has been declared eligible to participate in these commencement ceremonies. I request that diplomas be awarded to these graduates of Center Grove High School.
Mr. Miravildi, on behalf of the Board of School Trustees of the Center Grove Community School Corporation, and by the authority vested in me by the Indiana State Board of Education, it is a privilege for me to recommend that the members of the class of 1999 be granted diplomas from Center Grove High School.
It is my honor to present to you the class of 1999. Nicole Dillman. Nathaniel Matthew Johnson. Lori Lynn Parcel. Brent Matthew Maurer. Megan Claire Townsend. Jason Robert Abel. Amanda Joe Vermillion. Wilson Sayer Adams IV. Rachel Marie Abel. Ryan Thomas Albrand. Bobby Joe Adler. Michael Akers. Katrin Albelt. Lana Nicole Alexander. David Blaine Allen. Nicole Renee Anderson. Mark William Andres. Brian Joseph Arkins. Amy Kristen Arnold. Mark Allen Arthur. Tracy Lynn Aspatore. Brino Baldrati. Sarah L. Babb. David Aaron Barks, Jr. Melissa Ann Bailey. Antonio Barreto. Stephanie Lynn Bailey. Timothy James Bass. Julie Ann Baldvich. Brian Douglas Beard. Jessica Therese Barfield. Scott D. Beatty. Amanda J. Barrickman. Christopher Michael Bennett. Jennifer Nicole Barton. Eric W. Bennis. Andrea Marie Bauer. Craig Stephen Bergman. Brandy Michelle Beck. Brian Taylor Best. Sarah R. Bennett. Matthew Russell Beta. Hillary Beth Berglund. Justin Robert Burt. Tiffany Louise Black. Jonathan M. Bishop. Jennifer Dawn Blau. Robert Allen Bishop. Amber Irene Boomenshine. Dennis Allen Black. Laren Renee Bohack. Christopher Lee Blackburn. Sarah Marie Bowman. Joseph Taylor Blackburn. Betsy Alona Boyd. Todd Bohannon. Abigail Jane Breck. Chad Allen Bohm. Melissa Dawn Brickley. Kurt Patrick Brabender. Katie Alyssa Britt. Jennifer Ann Brown. Benjamin Burden Brady. Jody Lee Brown. Sean William Breeden. Whitney Nicole Brown. Eric Michael Brennan. Tara Lynn Bukta. Stephen James Brittingham. Emily Ann Butler. Michael James Broyles. Renee Lynn Canaday. Robert Wayne Burgett. Sarah Lindley Casey. Kevin Michael Burnett. Sarah Beth Clifford. Michael Philip Kaito. Alicia Dawn Cochran. Andre Calderoli. Tiffany Jean Compton. Sean Michael Campbell. Lindsay Allison Conlon. Joseph Nathan Carson. Amber Costas. Jared Kavanaugh. Kristen Renna Cox. Benjamin Lee Christensen. Jessica Laura Ann Dancer. Justin C. Cook. Lisa Marie Davenport. Michael Brandon Cooper. Whitney Ann Davidson. James Andrew Kopp. Katie Ann Davis. Tracy Laverne Day. Matthew Tyler Coulter. Laura DeMott. Jeffrey Wayne Covert. Andrea Jo Dillman. Michael Ward Crafton II. Robin Diane Dinkins. Clay Christopher Craig. Keith L. Crawley. Amanda Lee Dressler. Matthew William Crosby. Lauren Michelle Dugan. Christopher Wayne Kurtz. Casey Ann Durham. Corey Joseph Danner. Elizabeth Marie Ebinger. Jeffrey Allen Dickey. Kelly Renee Edwards. Jonathan O'Neill Dilley. Diane Michelle Egbert. Ross Elliott Dotzlaff. Lindsay Noel Eichelman. Jason Donald Duncan. Nicole A. Eubanks. Thomas Bruce Dunning. Stephanie Page Fields. Michael John Dvorak. Carrie Marie Fitzpatrick. Andrew Thomas Eaton. Rebecca Elizabeth Faust. Patrick Anthony Eicholt. Lindsay Diane Fraser. Andrew Ryan Ferris. Jennifer Lynn Gary. Brian Christopher Feeney. Jennifer Marie Gentry. Ryan C. Ferry. Megan Alicia Gillette. James Robert Freeman. Rochelle Danielle Glover. Ryan J. Furry. Courtney Elizabeth Golgart. Adam Philip Gedham. Rosara Gomez. Brandon Craig Gedham. Michael David Gibson. Anthony J. Gobin. Tyla Marie Graham. Dennis Lee Gooding. Alexis Ray Green. Eric Scott Gorman. Ashley Diane Green. Thomas Robert Gorkas. Amy Rochelle Gregory. Landon Michael Hackett. Anna Lee Guest. Christopher B. Hall. Tracy Marie Hawes. David John Hancock. Margaret Kathleen Hedge. Nicholas P. Hartzer. Lindsay Brooke Helms. Brandon Jeffrey Harville. Brandy Denise Hogue. Robbie Lee Hash. Allie E. Holbrook. Chad J. Hatton. Joanna K. Holdorf. Clint Carey Hyber. Brandy Lee Holland. Justin Dennis Heidenreich. Amy Rochelle Holman. Jarrett Michael Hines. Sarah Rachel Holzer. Benjamin David Higginbotham. Kendra Sue Hood. Daniel Robert Higgs. Emily Louise Horenkamp. Charles Robert Hobson. Autumn Nicole Hunt. Stephen Thomas Holliday. Carolyn Ann Eisenhower. Richard Brian Hollingshead. Audrey Nicole Jackson. Jason Allen Holman. Amy Nicole Johnson. Andrew Joseph Horton. Kristen Danielle Jones. Travis J. Hoskins. Kimberly K. Kaufman. Gregory Franklin Hubler. Aaron Ray Kibbe. Scott Allen Hurley. Michelle Lynn Killian. Matthew L. Inabnet. Ambrosia Ann King. Daniel Inapamilla. Stephanie Marie King. Robert Alfred Jordan III. Lisa Marie Kistler. Stephen Nathaniel Call. Abigail Sarah Kite. Christian Kalmark. Kristen Joy Knafel. Michael J. Kashak IV. Tiffany K. Coons. Jeremy David Kennicott. Catherine Claire Krookberg. Jonathan B. Kirchner III. Mia Elizabeth Laughlin. Evan M. Kais. Brooke Michelle Lang. Adam Kirkhoff. Kelly Jo Lay. Yashun Ko. Joni Marie Limegruber. Brian A. Kuchis. Kimberly Ann Lohr. Gregory L. Karash. Kelly Colleen Lyon. Brooke Nicole Malacote. Brandon S. Lake. Jennifer Rebecca Mann. Joshua James Lee. Megan Elizabeth Massengale. Yarsalov Levin. Monica Lynn McCarty. Charles Ray Links. Lori Elaine McClure. Ian Lovett. Amy Lynn McGinnis. M. Yancey Lucas. Natalie Marie McGrath. Justin William Lyon. Christina Marie McKinney. Dustin T. Mack. Shara Lynn Mears. Andrew Scott Meraldo. Lisa Marie Meehan. Jason Andrew Martin. Jamie Lynn Mennel. Robert Scott May. Brandy Lynn Michaelis. Stephen T. McCauley. Jessica Lee Mitchell. Joel Robert McClurg. Stephanie Danielle Mojaner. Gregory Joseph McCourt Jr. Anne Marie Monroe. Neil P. McCrae. Courtney Marie Montel. Joshua Dwayne McLaughlin. Carrie Lee Morgan. Sean A. McElham. Kristen Lee Morris. Daniel Ray McNeely. Lena Mura. Gavin Cade Merriman. Heather Nicole Murray. Jeremiah Dwayne Messer. Angela Marie Nicastro. Jeffrey Douglas Metzner. Melissa Jean Newcomer. J.J. Miller. Hannah Marie Nees. Ryan Anthony Miller. Heidi Marie Nees. Brandon Gregory Milster. April Renee Olmstead. Brian Allen Mitchell. Kara Lynn Uli. Jason Alexander Morrow. Kelly Ann Orms. Brad William Munchell. Sarah Ann Pascal. Christopher David Monroe. Jill L. Paxson. Matthew David Nealis. Amber M. Peak. Aaron Naku. Jody Lee Peters. Raphael O'Hara. Megan Jo Pitcher. Nicholas Andrew Osborne. Tricia Ann Planker. Michael Painter. Sean Lynn Plonsky. James Paul Park. Tricia Lane Poisson. Justin Wyatt Patrick. Julia K. Porter. Jacob Michael Patterson. Anne Elizabeth Rash. John Anthony Perkins. Natasha Dawn Ragsdale. Andrew John Pingleton. Jill Renee Ratyke. Jared Kyle Plew. Nikki Marie Reed. Charles William Pride. Christy Marie Reinecker. Joshua H. Prouty. Ashley Robin Richards. Nathan Hayward Reinhardt. Christy Brooke Richards. Bo Dennison Reitzel. Susan E. Robb. Jonathan James Riley. Tina Marie Roberts. William A. Riley. Lori Lynn Rogers. Benjamin Allen Robards. Therese Ann Roller. Joshua Stephen Roberts. Christina Elizabeth Ross. Matthew Ryan Robinson. Catherine Amelia Rubel. Daniel Thomas Robeson. Stacy Renee Ruhana. Joshua Robert Rodriguez. Amanda Rose Rumsey. John Stewart Rogers. Margaret K. Runkle. Aaron Romero. Brooke Nicole Russell. John Eric Rouse. Anne Elizabeth Sabatino. Eric Michael Rubish. Kimberly Joe Schlangen. Kyle Edward Rudolphi. Jennifer Nicole Schultz. Thomas L. Rutherford. Jill Marie Seitz. Matthew R. Ryan. Jenny Katrina Seelan. John Neil Schumann. Kristen Lee Sexton. Thomas R. Scrivener III. Carrie Lee Shepard. Peter James Serguta. Jessica Ann Silcock. Gregory Allen Shaddy. Erica Diane Sillery. Adam Craig Shields. Erin Nicole Simpson. Jimmy Nathaniel Simpson. Jessica Lynn Skillman. Brandon Patrick Slate. Kristen Nicole Smith. Kyle D. Smelzer. Angela Lee Sneed. William Bradley Spittler. Lori Michelle Snyder. Brandon Scott Spitz. Wendy Cruz Son. John Paul Springman. Diana Marie Souter. Bryce Allen Stamper. Lindsay Aaron Spencer. Todd Joseph Stewart. Melissa Marie Steckner. Michael Thomas Stockman is unable to be with us this evening. He is participating in the state track meet at IUPUI. Anne Elizabeth Stevenson. John Richard Stoddard. Susan Anna Stillwell. Daniel Lee Stoner. Cassie Marie Sutton. Stephen Matthew Straley. Jennifer Ann Swingle. Marco Tulio Suarez. Stacia Lee Tandy. Eric James Sicomo. Erin Elizabeth Taylor. Gary Lee Sweeney Jr. Stephen David Sweet. Nicole Elizabeth Thomas. Daniel Michael Cyrus. Teresa Lynn Thompson. Ryan W. Taylor. Tamara J. Tersway. Brian Richard Tellman. Kristen Elizabeth Tompkins. Jennifer Lynn Tremaine. Jason Lee Thompson. Kristen Annette Trimpe. Jeffrey Robert Thompson. Katie Elizabeth Tucker. Justin Rex Thompson. Kelly Marie Van Abley. Wayne Edward Till. Julie Marie Van Hoy. Mark David Tillman. Nicole M. Van Sickle. Joseph Melvin Trester III. Samantha J. Watson. Jackson Umbarger. Ann E. Wayman. Brandon E. Up. Catherine Jeanette Lorraine Weimer. Brennan J. Van Atter. Amy Ruth Williams. Benjamin Michael Van Slavens. Allison Mackenzie Wilmoth. Michael Neil Von Bank. Brittany Michelle Wilson. Luke Michael Walker. Carrie Wilson. Joshua Andrew Walton. Kyla Ann Wilson. Mac Wesley Wells II. Nicole Marie Yengel. George Earl Weirs III. Lindsay Ann Zwitt. David Seniel Wessner. David Scott Wethington. Joseph Tyler Williamson. Joshua Allen Wilson. Matthew Wayne Ray. Adam Scott Wright. Larry Allen Wright II. Corey Ray Young. Paul Kenneth Zedick. Jeffrey Zimmer. John Michael Zimmerman. Ladies and gentlemen, would you join with me in a round of congratulatory applause?
Great job. An august group. Congratulations. As a tribute to the class of 1999, Mr. Ken Wilson, Center Grove High School teacher of English, will sing a selection in honor of the class.
Well, good evening and congratulations, folks. I had a little prepared thing to say, but I've changed my mind because it was longer than the song that I'm going to sing. And I had an epiphany while I was sitting there watching all of you walk across the stage. It occurs to me that for those of us who work around high school kids, every year that we attend these commencement exercises, the students never get any older. It's just us. And I would tell you that you can't do a thing about the passage of the years. That's out of your control. But your response to the passage of the years is entirely within your control. And you may grow up, but you don't have to grow old. Thanks to Amanda, we've heard tonight from Pink Floyd, and now we're going to hear from Bob Dylan. May God bless and keep you always, and may your wishes all come true, and may you always do for others, and let others do for you. And may you build a ladder to the stars, then climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. And may you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. Maybe you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. And may you always be courageous. Stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy, and may your feet always be swift, and may you have a strong foundation when those winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful, and may your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay, oh may you stay forever young. Thank you. Congratulations, folks.
Outstanding, thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask Nathaniel Johnson, Vice President of the class, and Amy Dillman, President of the class, to join me on the stage. It is my pleasure to introduce Nathaniel Johnson, Vice President of the class of 1999, who will conduct the changing of the tassel ceremony.
As we advance in life, we learn the limits of our abilities, quoted by J.A. Fraud. During the past 4 years, we have seen many of our talents, but now let's not reflect on all that we have excelled and succeeded in, because I will make this short and sweet. We are challenged with making our dreams come true. Of course, along the way, we will be woken up by nightmares. All we have to do is get up, change the sheets, maybe our dreams, but we must keep dreaming. Throughout high school, we have grown up, learned some, and changed a lot. It'll be interesting to keep hearing and seeing how we change. And now, I'd like everyone to stand up for the changing of our tassels. Congratulations, class of 1999.
It is, after all, a celebration, ladies and gentlemen. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Amy Dillman, President of the class of 1999, who will deliver closing remarks.
Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to start off by saying that when I was around 10 years old, I used to watch the television show called Saved by the Bell. In one episode, Jessie had to walk forward in front of everyone at her graduation and give a speech. Terrified, I ran to my dad and said, "Does everyone have to give a speech?" And he said, "No, honey, you won't have to worry about that." So, Daddy, I would just like to say for the record, this is the first time you've ever lied to me. But no, I'm kidding. My dad has always taught me I can do anything I want to. When we were younger, my brother used to tell me, "Girls don't play soccer," so I played soccer. Later on, he would say, "Girls don't drag race," so I drag raced. And when someone told me, "You can't be class president, you elected me." And I think the same goes for each and every one of you. Next year, we start off with a clean slate, and the possibilities are endless, and I believe that each and every one of you can do anything you want to. With an education from one of the highest high schools under our belt, we are prepared to move on to the next level in our lives. For some of you, that will be college, and for others, that will be a job. But for whatever you plan to do, I believe each and every one of you will succeed. At this time, I'd like to read a short poem called The Journey. Why did it seem when you were so young it would be so cool to leave the little kids behind and graduate to middle school? Just 2 years later, you knew you could get by if only you could bypass the immature friends and leave junior high. Soon, trying to prove yourself that you are nobody's fool, you knew you could get by with the grown-ups in high school. Yet even there, you'd be new again, but still could hardly wait until you became a senior and then could graduate. Even graduation did not last for long, for soon you could see if you wanted to get ahead, you must have a degree. So off to college many went, and I'm afraid some just played while mom and dad paid and paid and paid. Finally, knuckling down their academics to pursue, they sought that elusive diploma, or would they need two? Then graduation came, and what a happy day, but satisfaction faded fast when they found they would need an MBA. So back to school again, and maybe this time to succeed in getting what they really wanted, but there was still another need. In the real world now, with so much bickering and strife, maybe things would be better with a beautiful wife. Yet happiness still wasn't there, and many days you would frown, perhaps a larger house and a nice sub a little out of town. You and your wife, still not complete, with so many things to do, perhaps a change of pace, maybe a child or two. Still that elusive dream was fading fast, but maybe you could reach this far. You thought you needed a boat or maybe a larger car. Obtaining goals in life is important, but won't keep you satisfied unless your heart's goal is to keep your spirit well inside. I can't tell you what God's will is for your life, and I can't tell you what to do to avoid life's pain and strife. But I can tell you what we all should do, and we can start today. Just live for each day and see how it will pay. Stay close to your friends and let this message ring. Always keep your eyes looking around, for the journey is the thing. Class of 1999, it is important that we set goals for ourselves, but don't become so focused on those goals that you forget to enjoy the journey along the way. I thank you for allowing me to be your class president. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
I want to congratulate the members of the class of 1999 and their families, friends, teachers who have come to celebrate this accomplishment tonight. I'd like to also ask for one more round of applause for this fine group of young people. We have some logistical things to take care of. We ask that the members of the class and their friends meet in the cafeteria and Hall of Excellence after the recessional. We ask that the guests wait, please, until all graduates have left the room. Members of the class of 1999, please stand. On behalf of the Center Grove community, congratulations and good luck. Mr. Breel, please begin the recessional.